So let's start with the obvious one. The reason why your feed feels like every single time you open it, the world is about to end. It's not that the world got worse. I mean, it did a little. But that's not the reason why you get a panic attack every single time you scroll. It's because the stuff that makes you scared, anxious, even angry, that's the stuff that wins. MIT did the biggest study ever. Millions of tweets, and they found out that scary, emotional news spread 6 times faster than the truth. And it's not because it's true, but it's because it makes you feel something. Fear, disgust, even anger. Turns out, everything is fine, have a nice day, doesn't really go viral. But here's the part that should really make you mad. The researcher said this: polarization is a great business model. They have turned our anger into a business model. The angrier we are when we watch something, the more we stay, and the more ads they can sell to companies and to us. And I'm sure we've all heard this word before, but this is how big this got. An entire word was created to manipulate you. And that word is rage bait, my favorite tactic to make people mad.
Sir, are you gonna at least get me a ride?
Dad, one more goddamn time, you son of a bitch!
This is content designed to make you angry, designed to make you feel those type of emotions, so you can stay for longer and you can comment, share, and like the video. It got so big that it was named Word of the Year in 2025. And that just shows you how great we are evolving as a species right now. So the next time you catch yourself on TikTok clenching your phone a bit tighter,
What the fuck, man?
and think to yourself, God, everything is so horrible. And that may be, but it also may be that you're being fed the most scariest, angriest version of everything on purpose because it sells, because that's what gets the views nowadays. So that's why the stuff on your feed is mostly scary, mostly made to get an emotion out of you, to make you fearful of things. But that's not the reason why you never put that phone down. Why you always say, one more TikTok, and 40 minutes later, you've scrolled for 40 minutes. That part right there, that was not an accident. That was engineered. So you close the app, right? But 30 seconds later, your thumb goes on TikTok and you start to scroll before your brain even decides to. And let me tell you something, that's not weakness. That's not you having no discipline at all. That's made by design by these companies and these researchers. Every single part of that app, every mechanism was created by very smart people to do one thing: to make you stay. There was a design ethicist at Google named Tristan Harris, and he said to think of your phone as a slot machine. Because in all reality, that's basically what it is. You pull down to refresh the page, and you honestly, you don't know what you're gonna get. Maybe it's something good, maybe it's something bad, and maybe it's nothing at all. It's that maybe that pulls you closer. So every time you open up your TikTok feed, you're essentially gambling. Not with money this time, but with your time. Time that you can be spending on something else that you love. And here's the sneaky part. A psychologist named Adam Alter stated that we're pretty good at stopping something if something tells us to stop. A book chapter ends, you stop. A plate of food gets finished, you stop. My checking account gets overdrafted for the past few weeks, I stop. But now what do they do with that information? They remove all of the stopping cues. There's no bottom of the feed anymore. It never ends. It's designed to keep you infinitely scrolling, searching for something that you don't even know what you're searching for. You don't even know what you're looking for on the feed. Apps like TikTok give you a void to go down into. And this stops becoming a theory because the people who have built these things, have designed these sort of apps, have been straight up confessing. A former Facebook executive said that the tools they made are ripping apart the social fabric of society. The guy who helped build it sang that on the news. Another early Facebook founder said this, and they admittedly knew that they were exploiting a vulnerability in human psychology, and they still did it anyways. But here's the one that actually gets me. You know who didn't let their kids use this machine? Steve Jobs. The guy who invented the iPad wouldn't let his kids have one. And it turns out most of these tech executives that create these sort of apps with endless scrollability are doing the same thing, pushing screen time limits on their kids, not letting them have electronic devices until they're way older, because they know how addictive these things are. The people who built the machine won't even let their kids near it. And honestly, to me, that sounds a little sus. But there's one more layer to this, one thing that's actually about you. Because it's not just that you can't stop scrolling. It's what all that scrolling is quietly doing to your own life. You constantly think about how you feel about your own life by comparing your life to others online. And that's the part that nobody wants to admit. You ever close the app and you just feel like worse about everything? Not just about what you saw, but about you specifically. Your body, your money, your own apartment. You can't put a finger on what actually made you like that, but it just happened. And that's not random. Psychologists call this upward comparison. Your brain is wired to check how you're doing by checking how everybody else is doing. This is where they get the quote from, "Comparison is the thief of joy." And that wiring is ancient, guys. They used to compare you to like 30 people in your village in Madagascar 300,000 years ago. But now your brain wakes up and compares your life to somebody with a jet, somebody who's 4% body fat, a 19-year-old who had just bought a mansion in cash. Research has found that just passively scrolling other people's posts breeds envy and drops your life satisfaction. And I'm not gonna lie to you here, the science here is a lot messier than the headlines. It's not just that social media gives you depression automatically, because that's not the case. Humans are so complicated. Some studies found huge effects, but some also found none. But this highlight comparison thing, the fact that every time you open up Instagram, TikTok, it's a highlight reel, that's one thing that has that sustenance. It's not the phone that gets you. Is your mind measuring your random normal Tuesday to somebody else's best moment ever? And it's real enough that the Surgeon General, a top doctor in the country, called out an advisory for this type of stuff. Kids on these apps 3+ hours a day face double the risk of anxiety and depression. And almost half of the teens say that they feel worse about their body, about how they look, after they scroll on TikTok or on Instagram or any of these social media apps. So remember the beginning of the video? The relentless tapping of the leg, the hum you can hear? That hum of something is wrong and you can't name it? Now you know its name. The feed is tuned to alarm your senses. The apps are built so you cannot leave. And everything in it is arranged so you can feel worse about yourself, so you can feel like you're behind. Because a person who feels behind keeps scrolling. Guys, thank you so much for watching the video. Please don't get affected by everything that you see on the internet. Peace within yourself. Find self-love within yourself, because that's the most important thing at the end of the day. Don't compare yourself to nobody. It is you versus you. I have gone through moments before where I felt like I wasn't good enough. I was never able to achieve what other people could achieve. But then I started looking within myself. And when you fix your problems that are inside of yourself, you start to realize that nothing else in the world matters if it doesn't align with your values, guys. So take that how you want it. Love you all so much, and thank you so much for watching. Back with another one very, very soon. Let me know what you guys want in the next video.